All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Coappt Impact Corner. Yes, this is a podcast where we bring to you intelligent opinion leaders, thought provokers, who change agents, who are making waves, in the world of social development, who are making impacts one way or the other, near you, in your country, across the world. Yes, and do not forget, yes, as we get started, and my name is G.O. Lawal, and it's wonderful once again to be your host for another edition of Coappt Impact Corner. Yes, and mind you, if you are joining us for the first time, you're just saying this, or probably you got a message from somebody told you to tell somebody, another person told you to tell that person, and finally you are here. Please do us a favor of sharing this with someone out there, because we have a great personality who will be joining us and will be sharing a story with us. Don't forget that Coappt Impact Corner is all about spotlighting stories of impact to the world. And today we have a wonderful woman who will be joining us to share her story, her journey, her challenges, everything you need to know about the work she does, with us. I am talking of no other than, I'm not going to call the first name, because I would not want to murder a surname or father a surname, whichever one. I'm going to call her by Treasures. And we usually call her SpeakingFingers Treasures. Yes, but her name is Treasures, the Chief Executive Officer of SpeakingFingers Network. In fact, I know some of you are wondering how come fingers can speak. She's going to let us know how the fingers speak. And yes, let me bring up to us Treasures, the CEO of SpeakingFingers Network. Madam Treasures, you are welcome. It's nice to have you join us today. How are you doing, ma?
I'm good. And amazing work you're doing. Thank you so much, Gio Lawal. It's just Uchegbu. So why won't you be able to pronounce that one now?
Okay, you just said it's just Uchegbu.
Come on.
Okay. I guess the Yoruba in me is the one that is making it difficult for me to pronounce it. Yeah, so you've had it, ladies and gentlemen. So we have with us Treasures Uchegbu, the CEO, SpeakingFingers Network. Yes, you can see that the finger is actually speaking right now. All right, yes. So, Madam Treasures, I'm sure that a lot of people who are watching us right now would like to know who is Treasures Uchegbu, and probably what exactly is SpeakingFingers Network, and how are you making the fingers, to speak to us? I would like to know more about. We'd like to meet you.
Amazing. I'm highly honored to have this platform to actually share so much beautiful testimonials. I've watched other videos. I've had so for SpeakingFingers Network. We are a village, a clan that is providing value-added service. We are service providers to young deaf adolescents, young people generally. However, my heart aches and quakes more for deaf adolescents, their proud families, their friends, and every stakeholder in that space, including us as hearing persons. So that's the work we do. We provide deaf adolescents with requisite life skills. So there's an ongoing program we call Life Work Ready program. And this was born from the place of having tested a deaf 21-year-old whose HIV results came out positive. And I knew there were more young people. At the point, I came across a statistic that said we have 14 million deaf persons in Nigeria among the 29.7 million persons with disability. And in that figure, young deaf individuals are really not captured yet. And so in that figure, so it means we have young people like them who need to build requisite life skill. I'm a life skills person, life skills trainer. I breathe, eat, live life skills. Yeah, so I decided, I said, okay, God, I was going to learn sign language. I didn't know sign language. So we did paper and biro. At least I was aware to be able to know he or she could
Okay,
write.
so okay, I know you already taken us through introduce yourself to us, but I want us to take it more like step by step kind of right now. And in fact, so a lot of times I've been tempted to ask you at a point that you do a lot of things with deaf people. Like, do you? I'm not sure about how best to ask this question. Initially when I met you, I would have probably asked, is it that you have an impairment or something that because I've met you several that I know, okay, this woman is not deaf. So what about the interest in deaf people? Because I know you do a lot of things with deaf people. So do you want to take us through the journey, like, before we get to the revelation, let's start from the genesis. Like, how did it all start? Like, was there something that happened? Was it something, maybe there's an experience that brought you to the point where you feel like, okay, I want to do this for deaf people, young deaf people?
I would say the place of personal responsibility. I'm somebody who believes so much that we all have, and my journey started by, if you check way back, I used to have an initiative called Mission 5,000 Plus. And because 5,000 Plus was about eradicating poverty and hunger, and the poverty of the mind, actually. Because poverty is here than the money you have. So it was the Mission 5,000 Plus that was pushing the issues of HIV eradication, poverty eradication. And so from that onset, I've often believed that I have a role. The truth is that it takes a village. I knew that very earlier on in life, that we are all responsible. Starts from the days of allowing pure water people to tell pure water people that you can do CSR, like the conglomerates of this world. MTN Foundation was my model. I remember go to the MTN office and I say, how can MTN? In fact, the line I'm currently using was given to me by MTN when they came and branded an inter-house sport in my children's school. So I was then, I think it was PRO I was. And I said, okay, I could mobilize these MTN people to come and do branding for our inter-house sports, got a nearby school to give us trophy. So I've done very crazy things like that. So I just knew testing that young deaf 21-year-old, she wasn't the only one that is young and deaf, and would probably be contracting HIV. And I felt she wasn't knowledgeable about provide them with skills, life skills, are things that will not be taught in school. It's not embedded in math and English, even though school gives us the routine. So I said, okay, I was going to learn. So I took up the challenge, like every other thing I've also done. And you are not alone. At some point, when I was doing the work in HIV, it's not in any way to reveal my HIV status. I know all family members will be like, I have an award from the state government, actually. With the passion and everything I had invested, the commitment. They'll tell you, if you want it done, just send Madam Cash. And I tell you, I could get to Ekpe as early as 6:30, to meet with the traditional birth attendant when people have to do their antenatal there, so that we could provide HIV counseling and testing for them so that they are tested, even though they're in the traditional birth attendant place. Of course, in a place like Lagos, such things can actually work. And I thank God that I've also been privileged to also go to represent Lagos State in other states where they learn experience, not even knowing that I'm an indigene. So it's from the place, in direct response to your question, it's from the place of personal responsibility. And lo and behold, some people go and say, I hope you see that she's losing her hearing and she's wanting to do this. The truth is that it takes a village. Just like this platform you are also giving to every one of us. I'm amazed. And I want to say a very big thank you that you provided your platform. You would have just sat back and say, what concerns you with people doing change? I didn't get, in fact, people don't know, I didn't get to pay to be on this platform. So, and so many things I see you do for us in the development space. Thank you so very much. This for me is just a way to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We do not know the reach. That's the truth. We do not know the reach. And yourselves as media practitioners, people who put our faces and our work out there, can always be in the dark. But the truth is that you can't, in advertising, you can't wink at a lady in the dark and you will. She's not seeing you. She doesn't know what light you're throwing. So I want to say a very big thank you to you, your team. I know you are the one we are seeing, but there are people working at the back end to make it work.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So Gio, so for me, it's a big thank you. So it's the place of personal responsibility. I feel it's my concern. So pardon me if I'm for the. I tell my deaf community, I say, in case you think is pardon my amebo. It has also informed my going into the All Deaf Church in Shomolu, and I give them 2 Sundays in a month. And I will tell sometimes I miss church. I love my own environment. I love my where I worship. However, there's a need. And each time I go, they'll put me in front, make me a special guest. And I went back to God and I said, I'm somebody very loved by God, actually, I would say. And I feel it is from that residue of love I want to also pour of myself and ensure that together, when there's cooperation, the rice reach everybody. So you are doing yours, and I just felt I could do that. And so one of those days, I just got there and I told God, I don't want to sit in this their special guest seat any longer. They just take me in front. They're excited. They're happy that this hearing person that will just come. And there I was. The elders came and said, today is Father's Day. So please, can you prepare the children for Father's Day presentation? I just said in my spirit, man, this is it. The children's church, that the children of the deaf, some of them, a lot of them are hearing, the children are hearing, they call them CODA, children of deaf adults. And I said, whoa, here comes ministry, another place to express. So for me, it's just about expressing God in different shapes, sizes, and I don't know the end though. It's been a beautiful song, actually.
I'm sure that the end is not yet. It's not even near yet.
No. It's a legacy.
Yes, it's still quite far.
Yes.
This is just the beginning.
Grace, but we live one day at a time. So if it comes today and gone, but I've only passed the baton and I say, oh, let's all keep it moving. And together, the truth is that we'll build back better a world that will be a world that's so sweet. Everybody doing their bits and ensuring that it is all sweet. So,
okay. So I think I need to use the opportunity to let the whole world know for everybody who might have been thinking of, or someone like me probably have been thinking that, is it that Madam Treasures, is it that probably she's losing her hearing, that is why she's so interested in deaf people? She's not losing her hearing. She's just passionate and interested, in giving back and touching lives. And I must say that I am really, really touched, with this, because it's very rare for you to see people get involved in something that doesn't concern them. Let me use that word, concern them, because it might be like, oh, it's not as if I have a child that is deaf, or my parent is deaf, or see, if I need to do something, there must be something that is I am directly affected. But in this case, you are not directly affected. And this is to let somebody watching this out there that for you to solve a problem, it doesn't have to be a problem that is directly affecting you. Even if you are not directly affected, lives are affected. She just give us a statistics, for example, now, and that says out of I think you said 20-something million or so.
29.7 million.
29.7 million persons with disability.
Yes.
There are 14 million of them who are deaf or who has hearing impairment. So that alone is a huge figure for us to say, you know what? For this 14 million, there are other people who are taking actions for some other categories of persons with disability. And by the way, I can always say that we all are disabled in one place, in one form or the other. It is just that the level of visibility is different. Some of us, yeah, some people are disabled financially, some people are disabled mentally, some people are disabled emotionally. In fact, there are categories to disability. So I don't like when people like want to now form that, oh, these ones are the ones that are disabled. No, we are all disabled. If you check yourself very well, you see a disability. Okay, so that being said, I want to take. Let me start from. The interesting part now. You know, you've taken us through the journey of how you started and what inspired you. Now, what are the success stories that probably you've encountered in life? I'm sure that you have series of them. There are a lot of them, probably. But I want you to take us through maybe 1, 2, or 3 of them that you think, oh, this is worth sharing, you know, that others will be able to learn from. What are those success stories in the line of your job that you think you've been able to make the impact that you can say, wow, so is this me that we are able to actually achieve this based on what we are doing? I would like to really hear you share with us, man.
Wow, thank you, beauty, thank you so much. In fact, even up until today, where by UN association we had a sensitization program for and guess what? Who was the person I saw? The father of one of our deaf ambassadors, Aisha's father. So you could see how and I'm like bringing out my phone and we are doing selfie and everybody's like, so this Baba is a celebrity. So for me, being able to have access to someone like our dear own patron, champion, and father, Kabiyesi, Oba Dr. Olukumi Olusesan Akingbola Ikudoro I of Oregun land.
Wow.
Is one huge milestone. We met at a consultative forum for the Nigerian Women's Trust One. And I heard Kabiyesi talking, the way he was talking, and I got to find out that Kabiyesi has actually lived in the US for over 40 years and worked in the educational sector for 27 years. So that's somebody that understands education. And not just education, inclusive, sustainable education. And I walked up to him and I said, Kabiyesi, I want to work with communities. And Kabiyesi said, oh, Oregon is open, it's open for you. You know. And there I was. In Oregon, I've listed 21 and still counting milestones. I'm not going to take us through that. But majorly in that community, when Kabiyesi was going to approve of Speaking Fingers engagement in that community, little did he know that we had my beautiful Yetunde Adeleke. Yetunde has multiple disabilities. Yetunde is speech impaired, hearing impaired, and also physically challenged. And I tell you, at 10, Yetunde had not seen the 4 walls of school yet.
Wow.
And little did we know that they didn't know that Yetunde could make school. And guess what? When he now started a center inside his palace where young deaf people come, like a youth-friendly center for young deaf people, persons. And I went back to Doss note on early childhood education. I didn't read early childhood education. Like I tell you, a lot of things I do is born out of personal responsibility. I remember a project I handled in Edo State. One part of my life, it was early childhood education. I had to take a course because of that assignment as the executive coordinator. And I remember how they teach children stroke, cough, cough. So we started stroke, cough with my dear Yetunde. And I had Abe. Abe is a deaf leader, also left young person then in Oregon land. Abe will come alongside me. He schooled in SPED. He's a graduate of SPED. I actually read social
SPED.
Yes, and he's deaf. So Abe will come around me. So the day Wednesdays I'm not in the palace class, he goes to her home and help. And long story short, last year we enrolled Yetunde in school. Milo came up with the Paralympic competition, and then dear Yetunde was picked for that Paralympic competition.
Are you
Lodged in
serious?
the stadium. You know, everybody, almost Oregun wanted to be in stadium to go and watch Yetunde play basketball. Yetunde, as to the glory of God, also had she partook in a chess competition. You know, what's his name? Just recently, World Guinness Book of Record, chess and slum. So
Yes,
they had a chess competition. Yes, on Okoya, yeah. So my brother. So he came to Oregun, and they said, oh, they want to pick 30 children in Oregun to go with. So I eavesdropped. And I said, Kabisi, mommy now. Kabisi, Fingers, chess money. I said, Kabisi, chess, kick on me more. That's, you learn chess and you know it now. He says, true, very true. Oh, yeah, come for the question. So by 6 a.m., I was in Yetunde's house. Told the father, oh, yeah, let's. So the father was like, they have dressed that you can't see, they've picked the children they want. I said, that if Yetunde is not going, me, I'm going home. I went to the palace and I sat down. Children being chief advocates, I tell you. So when they were all dressed coming, they are going out. So I said, I now called them. I said, where are you people going? They say, we are going out to Kabiyesi. I said, where is Yetunde? And I said, you know, it dawned on them solidly that there's a Yetunde among them. And lo and behold, how those children till tomorrow carried Yetunde inside that bus with a wheelchair. Kabiyesi had actually bought a wheelchair for Yetunde and took Yetunde to that chess competition. Like I said, it's length, right? So at the end of the day, Yetunde was able to name all the chess, what do you call, the pawns, the bishop, the queen, in sign language. Yeah, she was taught
sign language.
And Yetunde, among all the children, my dear Yetunde was the only one who brought medal back to Oregun. And the person that taught her, but took second place in the competition.
Wow.
Took second place in the competition and handed his trophy. So you see, so today when they talk in the palace, and I say, Kabiyesi, of all your children, which one never gave you honor? So so for that gives me joy. To the glory of God, we have a full-fledged community safe space now. A full-fledged community safe space for deaf adolescents, their proud family, the Speaking Fingers proud family team. Love you guys. Again, that's another platform where we have enrichment dialogue for parents, families, stakeholders. We have a WhatsApp group that we engage. We also engage in prayers because there's a place for that. We have a chaplain who will always bombard us with prayers, you know, so that we can also have a way of giving cover. One of the things I heard in my spirit man was that disability, it does not affect their spirit man, nor that does it affect their hormones, because hormonal issues is one. The fact that some parents think that they will not menstruate, they will not they will not go through some of the things in puberty. You know, you'll be amazed at the mindset. So correcting mindset, going out into the community and correcting the shifting people's mindset about not just our deaf community, but persons with disability has also been enriching for me. Then, of course, the icing of the cake, our annual camp, our annual Deaf Teen Summer Camp. I've met amazing learning mentors from camp commandant to every young interpreter on board. I say a big thank you to every one of them that have rallied around. One of the things we have also done was do a virtual storytelling at the UNCSW, which I get slots, courtesy my madam, my national president, my Oga, in fact, Mrs. Foluke, who has also graced these beautiful platforms, Foluke Ademoko. It's been a village, honestly. I'm a conglomerate of people who have come around to just love on me, to just show me that, yes.
When you said you are a conglomerate,
yes, it's a whole bundle. It's a whole bundle.
So you have several community members.
It is.
Like we would like to call it my yard people, you know, all
my yard people, my village people, my yard people. Honestly, you've got it. It's so right. All right. So those are beautiful, much more beautiful, man. Today we have one of them also, Ruth Edem, who has been selected, Ambassador Ruth Edem, as a young deaf person, also on the UNFPA Young People platform, and she's also repping repping at that end. I can tell you of a taekwondo experience. I was the one who my grandmasters were taking taekwondo. Till tomorrow, if you do self-defense, it's a big challenge. And I called them, and to the glory of God, 57 of them has been placed on the taekwondo program, fully sponsored by them. Today is Thursday. They've had session at Ikeja, and uniform, they graded them in December. It's been running for 2 years and still running. And the game plan is to prepare them for a championship in Brazil. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Wow. I thank you, Grandmaster Sunday Benedion, Grandmaster Charles Ajayi, who started all this dust, you know. So for me, it's about the possibilities and to showcase that they are productive once you could give them the chance and opportunity, not to talk of being invited to the UN to come and give a goodwill message, which I told them, the next time I want to come, I want to come, or I would like to send a deaf adolescent whose capacity, competence, and character has been built to understand what it takes to stand in platforms like that. I wouldn't just want to be a lone voice. So from the place of just taking personal responsibility, it's been a journey, not to talk of the platform in Last Square. Oh my God, Lagos State College of Health Tech, where they've integrated sign language into the school curriculum. Amazing things. My students tomorrow will be launching an Enrich program with a beautiful flash mob. I'm also waiting for that surprise. I have access to over 700 young people every week to be able to share these journeys, share sign language. It's been beautiful. I've become younger, even though over the years we've been growing. And thank you too for the Silent Voices initiative you also had. Yes. So another family again. So I want to say I've had several yard people, and I'm glad they are also in that yard with me.
Wow. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen.
And most importantly, where I'm seated now is John Cited Hub, our innovation hub. That's another expression of me. I've been in this journey for over 15 years. One of the game plan is to have a planetarium. So when it started, I said, how about our deaf people coming? And then global presidents and global vice presidents in the person of engineer Mike Olakwade. Michael, say Morgan will say, don't call me Mike, I'm Michael. So you know, they magnanimously just provide this place and use that. We just had a recent movie day out for our proud families where we came. We had a beautiful silverbed experience with popcorn, cotton candy, ice cream, you know, real give them silverbed experience. I told them, take me out. So this year, so we've had that. And my family at the Christian Mission for the Deaf Church in Shomolu. It's been a beautiful experience, really. Not to talk of the several palaces that and amazing couple, the Daddy and Mommy Namdi, who graciously have provided us their space in Ijaniki Assured Hope School to host our camp, 2 sessions now. The dream of the camp is to have these young deaf people move into different communities, different places, sightsee. You know, I have one of our young deaf persons now who Imofe, call them ambassadors. Imofe wants to be a governor, and the then GM Lasoda, she's currently the GM Lasoda now. She used to be the SSA to Tongolo on disability. My beautiful, amazing, lovely. The current GM. So she provided them with civic education. Wonderful. Technology is not a barrier. It's not a barrier. Technology is not a barrier. She taught them civic education, civic engagement at last year's camp. And I tell you, they've been doing amazing things, going back in their communities to pioneer change project by themselves. At this point, my heart breaks because I had lost one of my prof, a beautiful young man who, to the glory of God, will be starting an academic excellence award in his honor. Even in death, he was still getting an award. My prof, Christopher Nkeruwem. I love him from the depth of my heart. He was a stickler with a widowed mom and the only brother. And I said, the only brother made his way to camp last year. His testimonial from that camp was amazing. I didn't know that was the first and last time they will get to bond like siblings at the camp. The camp is, this morning, I still got a call from one of our young deaf people, the parents saying, my son said I should call you. I said, I know why he's saying you should call me. He's calling to get his slot for August. So the camp is run free of charge. I'm trusting God that the resources the manpower, the strength. Of course, there's sufficient grace to be able to drive it, and there's going to be abundance so that they could have the much, irrespective of what the economy is saying. Let's trust God to do his bit. Let him express. So I'm just available as an available tool. I'm a woman that has been sufficiently helped. So the only thing I could do is say, Lord, where else? So I wake up every day and say, Lord, what more? What? So because the truth is that I would want to leave this world, like they say, a life well spent, with gratitude to God for a life well spent.
Yeah, so that is it. You know, I'm sure that it's going to be a life well spent. And
amen. This is
yes,
amen. Amen.
Yes, for everyone right now, I can see a lot of people who are currently online. I can see a couple of comments, a couple of people acknowledging what you're saying. So I'm just going to quickly read some of the things we have online. I can see Princess is joining all the way from Bauchi State, Nigeria. And she said, "Good evening, all. I'm Princess Gunji Marcos from Bauchi State, Northeast region."
Oh my God!
And I can see also Balatito Adeonojobi says, "Great, I am Balatito Adeonojobi, CEO Hope for New Life Organization, Ogun State." I can see Mary Peluola saying, "Good afternoon. Hope we're doing greatly. Greatly appreciated." And she said, "Congratulations, Yetunde. I am proud." Yes, that's for Yetunde there. Yes, Balatito Adeonojobi also said, "Congratulations on your achievement. I'm proud of you." Also, I can see I can see CFAS Gaming, who says, "Well done, Ma. You are doing a great job." Amarachi Ifeoma says, she says, "Great success stories, Madam Treasure." And she says, "I would like you to share the challenges you have faced." Yes, we'll get into that. Yes, in fact, I'm going into the question about challenges very, very soon. And I can see Fumi Akiola also says, "Good job. Well done." Yes, and I will say, "Good job. Yes, fantastic work you're doing, Ma." And for everyone who is currently online right now, please do not forget that you can share this. Just share the link that brought you to join this conversation right now. You know, share it with other people out there. Share it on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, LinkedIn, wherever. Please just share with your network. Let them also join us. There's enough time for them to join us and be part of this wonderful story. And even if they are not able to join us live, they can still use the link to watch this session as a replay later on. And please do not forget, to also subscribe, so that you can always get notified whenever we come up with our next episode. By the way, this happens every week, every Thursday, just like this. We always bring someone great, someone interesting, just like Madam Treasures, to share their story with you. All right, so Madam Treasures. So going back to the conversation, like Ifeoma already asked, she's like a soothsayer who has seen into the future, and it's like she has seen my question and try to jump the gun. So I'm going to ask now, as the host of this conversation, with this interesting success stories we've shared with us about Yetunde and about how the Oba of Oregun is also helping you, about how we are even able to have the likes of the GM of the current general manager of Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs, that's Lasoda, to be, how are you able to make all this to happen? Yes, I know you say with the help of God, and I trust with the help of God. Yes. Yes, I was going to say that before you say it. I know you're going to say that. Okay. To make all this happen with the series of milestones we've achieved with your programs, the Proud Family program, the Deaf Camp programs, and all the programs, and even the hub where you are currently, where you're also being able to stream and join us from. Now, is it that all this have been a bed of roses all this while? Are there challenges that you faced that you would like to share with our audience right now? What are the challenges you faced so far?
Wow. I want to say thank you for that. It's not yes, a bed of roses, really. Roses have tongues, so
Yeah.
so let me share the Tony part, right? I this whole grace to not forgetting my household of faith. Actually, yes, I know you were going to come with. I would say God has helped me. Yes, it's true. God has helped me. I'm not denying that fact. Helped me because I actually did learn sign language from church. They know the days of talking fingers. I had two teachers for sign language. Uh, mommy patience did lose way of talking fingers of the days of NTA to Channel 5. Braife, Ajimobi, who ended also being my second teacher and my head of unit, ended up coordinating a sign language school, and amazing things that's happening at my church community in Easter. So attitude has been a challenge. Sometimes the level of ignorance is a huge challenge for me. I mean, ignorance, people making assumptions about a deaf person. Sometimes you may think, what concerns you, like you have really said, how I concern you. The mindset, sometimes I wish we could just get it. And I see how that can even be depressing. So I sometimes I do what is called in development practice, KAP. KAP means knowledge, attitude, and practice. Meanwhile, my KAP actually started when I was also in mental health, the Mental Health Foundation, which is speaks up to my mom, Mommy Fumi Akinola. That's Dr. Mrs. Akinola, one of our renowned child psychiatrists on the call. So please, thank you, Mom, for tuning in and missed your busy schedule. So
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
yes. And every other person, I heard your comments. I can't see them. I be sure I always go back and watch. And it is the channel I'm following. It's also a page where I'm reading. So attitudinal barrier has been it when I go and do this KP, knowledge, attitude, and practice, and I see the mindset people have, and I can imagine the kind of challenges. Aisha's dad that I told you, they were almost going to be evicted from her place until I went there to shakara them, and I showed Aisha's beautiful. Our camp commandant will always, Ebenezer will always give them a professional photo shoot. And there I was showing the people, I said, she's an ambassador. And they're like, oh, I actually did a stunt as a deaf person and they couldn't answer me. And suddenly they remember there was this Aisha in that community. Oh, I said, woman, that woman, she has a deaf girl. She will understand. Meanwhile, Aisha's mother was just by my side. He said, talk to her now, help us tell her, help us talk to her. And then Aisha's mother was like, became a celebrity. So the challenge, the harassment, and at that day, I had to show them, I said, look, she has a language. Somehow, it changed your mindset orientation, provided them a voice in the community. So my understanding to make sure that is happening, will be a challenge. And then, of course, these things have not been a walk in the park. Because what I'm doing for me, as at the time I started, was novel. So the strength to quickly say, let me ask for funding and start writing to get grants. I wanted to get my hands dirty. I wanted to see what this is about. What will the possibility? We have a movie, and a big shout out. I know it doesn't want me to mention it. I have an amazing nuclear family that supports from my mom to my brothers. I tell you, my brother now has come with John Self in this place. He came to pick up something. I know, and I told him, memory, his company was magnanimous to provide premiere a UN video at the UN where they showcase. They just came as young people, not necessarily because my siblings will tell you, don't forget how what she's doing. She's not doing it because she's anything. She's doing it because it's humanity. So I'm glad that I'm somebody that has been sold out right from even my immediate family is like, we've given out to God, I beg.
So I want to pause you because yes, I know there's been a lot of gratitude, and I know that just like you said, you have a very big community, and A
So
conglomerate, yes,
yeah,
So I wanted to
honestly,
really get to the challenges. So what are
yes.
those
So
challenges
so
here?
yes, because that's where I'm going to. For every milestone, it has come with challenges. But in some form, it has also come with that's why each challenge that wants to well up, I come up with the fact that there's a help somehow. So I'm not, yes, funding, like I would say, if you want me to be in terms of being specific, funding to be able to run this program so that it is self-sustaining. It is, we need interpreters, for instance. Interpreters, we call them learning mentors.
Okay.
They've actually put out their neck to do them pro bono, even though I know I get interpretation gigs for them. But on a norm, to sustain it, they need to be on some form of, we can't keep permanent staff, as it were. So we're at the point where we are transitioning so that we have something that is very, very well structured, and it will not just be, so we need those kinds of support, and I can't shy away from it. There are people, there are quality people that we have been able to raise, but we raise and give them to institutions because sustaining them, parents don't currently pay for that camp. Our camp is run pro bono. Parents don't pay for the camp. I get my friends. Do I even have phones? Do I have enemies? Anybody? Once I know that I can connect with you, see, I'll just tell you, oh yeah, come and
You
do, come
cannot.
and do. And of course, I'm so grateful for opportunities to consult. Some of the things that people don't know, they wonder. I'm also a very technical person in this development space. I train for organizations. At very beautiful platforms, and I get paid, but it comes back to what it is that I'm doing. So I would love that those things are taken off. So I wouldn't want, so that one does not become a barrier because you are trying to give back. So we're at that point where we want access to resources to be able to do work and report quality work. Be sure that whatever it is that is provided for us is coming into very good hands, very, very good platforms where you can demand accountability from us and be sure that it's gotten. So funding is a challenge. Attitudinal mindset is a big challenge. It may not look like it, but the truth is that the more opportunities and platform that we get to be able to change the mindset, shift minds of people, is a big milestone for me. For instance, one of the media platforms we have now is to air our program on TV. Big up to Voice of People TV station for that slot. We are currently shooting for our TV production. That's another platform we want to change mindset, and I didn't get to pay. So what it means is that every one of us have a role to play. Or the sign-led hub, Yakabiesi by himself, another milestone I didn't mention was that at the Oregon Senior, Junior, and Junior High School, currently have a Speaking Fingers sign-learn hub, where young people are learning sign language. Then at Aladura School, we have several schools where our Speaking Fingers Club is running young people learning sign language. I feel going back to the school and say, yeah, give us resources. We want to also do that. There was a time I had gone to a public school, one of the schools, and I asked them who are the users of sign language. A young boy in primary 4 raised his hand, and I was excited. I said, so who? He said, Mumu people.
Hi.
So you said hi, my brother. So he said Mumu people in primary 4. Where is he hearing it? In his immediate community. And there and then I'm happy I saw Mrs. Twins today of Subeb. We wrote Subeb and we got approval to go into 32 schools in under Ikeja local government alone, sensitizing the children. And I tell you, it was a huge jaw dropper. I had gone with my friends with disabilities. They were there. Dan Oti, this is a big up to you. He was shocked. He's a researcher and he's in the albino community. And I tell you, he was shocked at the mindset and the words that were coming out of these children about younger persons with disability, like young people like them. So mindset, mind shift. And we couldn't go on with that project. Why? Because I felt a sense of responsibility to go to the school, teach the children, won't you give them at least more I don't know, maybe I just feel it's one fair of hospitality to be able to do that. Some of them, I tell you, when we started, one organization came around and said, oh, they could feed the children alongside. That was, they said they were looking for children to feed. I said, you feed children, Taya, look at me in this place, we have children. So what we only one school to one over here in the end. They say, I say, children, day, una go feed children.
Go feed Taya.
Taya. I tell you, for the first, in fact, you could almost weep. Do you know that that food, the beauty of it is that it was a win-win situation. The food was from the food vendors in the school. They will sell out. Some children, that was their first time meal. So when they know Speaking Fingers is coming, it's like, their hope arises to be able to say, today something will drop, So we want to be able to do more of that and not just try to get, yes, friends and family, friends, people, they could come around. However, everybody needs to be involved in some form. So we are willing. Our social media platform is something that I would need help with. So it's not like it's not just for money in terms of projecting our voice, providing platforms, providing resources to be able to push. Yes, give us that visibility that it requires so that for this quality work. So it's not just money, but the money to be able to answer to some of these needs, the needs to say, oh, I give of my time, my skill, my talent, and my treasures, of course, to be able to fund some of these activities. So I don't know if I've been able to outline.
Yes, you have. You have. Sir. And I would say that you see, for every challenge or challenges out there, I believe they are all like set up, to our victory. Because sometimes maybe this is just my own perception to life. Sometimes if everything just go smoothly, you will not actually value what you have when you get them. So I believe these are still part of the process, especially for those of us who are trying to just do things to touch lives. When it's last we are selling a product, you are selling something, and you are just getting money from it. So I would say even with the challenges, I like the fact that you are still able to, bring out some positivities out of those challenges. And that is what we do as development professionals, as change agents, when we don't just see problems and just look past the problem, or we don't just we're trying to solve a problem, and then we meet a challenge, and because of that challenge, we now say, oh, I'm giving up, oh, this thing is too tiring, I'm just doing it all by myself, and we just let it go. No. The passion behind what we do is the reason why we keep going, even when we are faced with a lot of challenges. Now, talking about these challenges, I would want to ask, there are a lot of expectations from the government when it comes to persons with disability. Now, how do you think the government is really coming to play in this conversation about persons with disability? Are there enough resources either to the persons with disability themselves or to people like you, organizations like yours who are working to bring about solutions to challenges being faced by persons with disability? In your own opinion, how is this actually playing out?
Okay. So for a state like Lagos, we have the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, LASODA, that has a platform for service providers. I've not been able to access such opportunities, probably because I'm also too neck deep into what it is that I'm doing. So the need for us not just to work in silos, but to say, okay, as a community, let's come with partnership collaborations and see what we can do with. So we have states like Lagos who has an agency. So the agency registers, provides a LASODA card, provides them to access things like the disability fund for persons with disability. And now providing them with opportunities to shine. Like I told you, the then SSA, now GM Lasoda, was on ground to say, okay, let me facilitate sessions. Sometimes she sees an opportunity. So she calls me a bummy, and I always say, one of my big sis. So she will say, okay, have you thought of this? Would you want to be a part of this? Come and, and things like that happen. And I'm willing to be able to put myself out there. Truth is that, like I said, I've actually been doing most of these things to be able to say, okay, what can be possible? So now, you know what it took me to agree to do this, to come, I'm like, oh, really, is it really time for, so I'm willing to access such. I know for a place in Lagos, we are very much disability conscious and aware. I know very, very well we are in Lagos. And of course, we have the Lagos State Special People's Law that came in before our National Disability Law. So with the coming in of the National Commission for Disability as a result of the disability law, I'm sure opportunities are going to be coming up with their projects, their interventions. Is for you, Speaking Fingers, is for you, persons or organizations of persons with disability, is for you, persons with disability, to be aware. And for us, you media persons, to once these opportunities, I belong to a platform for the Nigerian Youth Council, especially for the persons with disability. I see opportunities there. I'm amazed at the engagement that is going on there. And it's giving me that sense of, there's a lot of beautiful things with this set of technocrats that we have on the field to provide a level playing ground for persons with disability. So I can speak of Lagos because I've been here, and to the glory of God, I've been part of. And so, like I said, you have to also be deliberate to seek out this opportunity and not just sit in our closet. So I'm willing to, I'm trusting that in the next, putting the structures that will help, having the visibility, like I would tell you, our social media things. So doing that, like I was at the Lagos Leadership Summit, one of the things that was emphatic was the fact that as you work as persons, don't work in silos, ensure that everybody is synergizing, tag people that are doing stuff, that are in that space, tag them. So it's been a global village, and I know that there are several millions of opportunities that if we dare to work in as collaborative partnership. I was privileged to also have a platform with the young media professionals across Africa, and they too are also taking up, a part of saying, oh, because they had to bring a mind shift in their mind to say, as persons, as young persons that are in the media, what is your reportage on disability? How do you do that? And the AFYMP, I'm faculty on that platform, was able to do that. So I know that the future is bright. So I can only say, if I have not accessed it, doesn't mean it's not existing. However, we must keep working in progress. So it is a work in progress. And there used to be a program on radio called Disability Not Inability. My dear brother, Dan Oti, used to anchor that program on Nigerian Info. So things like that to come up, programs like that. Because sometimes you might be forced to say it is about the Naira and Kobo, but platforms that exist, we could fan those flames to bring them, which was facilitated by our late big brother, Rotimi Sankore, whom we had a memorial some days back. So if we have those kinds of programs, have those kinds of opportunity, have the camp is coming, or there's a consistent support for that camp to hold. Why won't I do more than 70 young deaf people across board, and they go back and start camps in their different locations?
All right.
So there are opportunities, but we may not. We need to.
So in some way, what you're saying is the government, especially for Lagos, where you are domiciled, is actually doing well. Well, and I think I'm also going to
a work in progress. I'm not saying doing well.
Yes,
I'm not rubbing anybody's back.
Okay. All
So,
right.
so
So,
we are Oliver
but
Twist.
at least
Whatever
they are
has been
trying.
done,
Yeah,
more, more
at
should
least
be
Lagos is
done.
trying. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the point. Lagos is trying, and just that they can do more. We are expecting
Yes,
more
yes,
from them.
yes,
All right. So
yes.
we are coming towards the end of this podcast, this episode. But before we go on, for everybody who are still live with us, please, if you have questions, you have comments, or you have thoughts about what we are discussing about, you can please drop them, in the chat section of the live stream, and they'll be glad to take them. I can see a comment from my apology in case I'm unable to pronounce the name very well.
Oh,
I can see Baruch Welds Davor. I'm not sure if I pronounced that rightly, but just pardon me. He or she said, I was trained by you twice at Walter Reed Army Institute of Research, USDOD, NHMOD. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure that Madam Treasures already know where that is. So I think this person is just trying to let us know that he or she was trained by you at the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. I think so. I don't know if that's for you actually. So in case
it
you
is.
have questions, please drop them in the live section. We'll take your questions, or probably you just have comments. Please take them. Don't forget to please like the session. The way this works is that when you also like, yes, as you're watching, you like, you comment, you share, help the algorithm of YouTube to also help us push this to more people who can also benefit from this. We are doing this to be able to stir people's interest in being able to make change in their society, no matter how small it is. It is not until you are able to save the lives of 1 million people. It can just be you saving the life of a dog, on your street, and before you know it, you might get to the point where you're able to save the lives of 10,000 dogs, and who knows, maybe 1 million dogs. But you have to start from somewhere. That is one of the things we are trying to achieve, by spotlighting the stories of other people like Madam Treasures. So, Madam Treasures, back to you quickly as we begin to wrap up, because we are pressed for time right now.
Yeah.
Number one thing I want to quickly ask, I want to say, it's not really like a last word actually. I want you to say something to other people out there about maybe might be about the work you do, or about persons with disability or deaf people. I just want to hear a comment from you. Let's call it a life what's it called? Last statement or last word. Let's just put it that way. Maybe like 30
Okay.
seconds. Yes, please.
Oh, mine. I want to say a very big thank you first. Thank you so much, Gio Lawal, your team. Thank you. And my word is that persons with disability, there's productivity, enough of ability. We need to move from ability to productivity. And there's this thing that usually will come. People think sign language is follow come. Please, sign language is not follow come. It's a learned skill. So give access to education to deaf young people. They can be in school. Let's not wait. I used to tell people, I say, what is the cure for HIV or the cure for COVID, the cure for Ebola is resident in that child that we have not given the resources, the capacity to be able to think for himself or herself. And I want to leave us with the word that it is a village. We are in a village together. If we think collectively that by ourselves as a people, wherever you are, distance is no barrier. The person that talked about the DOD is actually reaching us from all the way from Jos. And that's my boy, Lawrence. Lawrence, I thank you for being a beautiful soul too. So I want to say that it takes a village. We are all in that village. You are in that village. Please be concerned about that next door person. Is about people first. And just understand that you're a part of something large and big. Don't think individual. When you start thinking one, let's think collectively. Let's just unite to be able to make sure that we'll build back a world where no one is left behind. So thank you so much, everyone that has been my yard people. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. The yard people. Yes.
My yard
Thank
people.
you. Yes, and also I wanted to say something about your perception. What do you think about Coappt Impact Corner, about this podcast? What do you think? We like to also get like your own should I call it testimony? Yeah, maybe testimony with
yeah. Yes. Thank you, Coappt. I want to say a big thank you. This is a laudable initiative. I mean, laudable where you are not waiting until those people in their way think they become celebrities, that you can provide a platform where we can express our voice, express our milestones, and have other people join in to celebrate. It is a celebration platform, and I'm glad that you could make us express. Everybody, there's a voice in everybody, and every voice counts. That's just what you are trying to, what you have done, not just trying. You are not trying, you are already doing. So thank you for doing this. And I want to say it's been an amazing one. Each episode, I was completely blown at Taiwo's episode. I think that was last. I was blown. I didn't get to watch it live. I had to go back and watch it. So I want to, the beautiful work. I've attended your masterclass on AI. And the amazing work you are doing. So I would only say, please, be consistently doing it, because that's the thing I tell myself. It may look, the little shall become 1,000. So to your team members, the millions will roll. It will come. It will run. Yes. So as you build your own yard people, we are all your yard people making it happen.
And you are part of our yard people. You are part of our yard people.
Yes.
So you are part of our conglomerates. Thank you.
And what stands you out is the quality of engagement, the quality of work you do, the excellence you put into what it is that you do. That I must really commend. The just taking time to just be detailed in it is some of the things that inspires my interaction with your organization. And I would say build on those things and trust God to get more resources. Your platform with technology is simply amazing. Thank you. This is amazing.
Wow. Okay, amazing. Thank you.
Amazing.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Can you imagine? I just put my own hand. After being part of those that took silent voices, and I kind of okay, so this is me exposing myself in public. Okay. And
don't be real. You are real now.
Yes. Okay. So how can people reach you? So I'm sure that a lot of people who have joined us live and probably those who will be watching this replay would want to know, how can we actually get to this woman? Probably they've had your challenges and they want to be able to help you solve them, or they just want to join the good work you're doing. How can they reach you on social media? On yes, and I'm proud to say that Coappt Solution is actually the one building the SpeakingFingers network website. Yes, so watch out for that.
So you have all our resources. Please feel free to share. But most importantly, we need people who would also provide the consistent ensuring that our voices are heard, our work is projected. That challenges me to actually put in. There's a whole lot to be done, and we want to keep reporting. A lot has not been reported, and I want to say our website is going to be just the prelude gone. Is
okay, so how can they connect with you online?
We're on Instagram. I'm sure you'll be posting that on the chat box for us to see. We're on Instagram. We're at SpeakingFingers. We are also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that sees some of these possibilities. At SpeakingFingers Network. We are on Facebook. We're on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is 0813 411 6300. Then Facebook, yes.
Can you call that number again?
0813. Okay. 0813 13
Okay.
411 6300.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen watching us right now, you can actually connect with Speaking Fingers, on Instagram, on Twitter, every platform. Just search for Speaking Fingers Network. Once you search for Speaking Fingers Network, you get to, connect with them. And you can also reach out using the phone number that was just called 0813 411 6300. And yes, thank you so much, Madam Treasures. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time, discussing with you. I wish we can go on with this conversation, but we always try to keep this, within 1 hour. And currently we stretch beyond 1 hour already. Thank you so much. Yes, it's just like that. You wonder how time flies. Especially when you're having an interesting conversation, you just be like, oh, I thought it's just 30 minutes. No, it's actually past 1 hour already. And thank you so much for the time to share your story with us. I must say that I am really inspired. I'm sure that a lot of people out there are also, inspired by the work you do. Please do not relent, do not get tired. You're just getting started. In fact, you're just scratching the surface. The sky is your starting point. I believe that the work you do will go beyond just Lagos, even beyond Nigeria, and we begin to look at Speaking Fingers, attending to deaf people, young people, disabled people in Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Australia, US, UK, and you take Speaking Fingers across the globe, and that is where we know that you're getting to. Thank you so much for what you do. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go now and try to wrap up with the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, that is Speaking Fingers Treasures, with us today. And I must say it has been an amazing time, hearing from her, and, discussing with her. I really enjoyed myself. I don't know about you. I totally enjoyed myself having that conversation with her. And, this was brought to you by Coappt Solutions. Yes, Coappt Impact Corner was brought to you by Coappt Solutions, and we do this every Thursday, where we bring to you opinion leaders, change makers, thought provokers, people who are making waves, who are doing great and mighty things in their society. Yes, as much as we are going to be bringing to you people who are changing things in the whole Nigeria, in Africa, in the world, we're also going to be bringing to you people who are doing something, no matter how small it is, in their own little corner at the grassroots. It is not only until you are changing policy, it might just be changing your society, it might just be cutting grass, in your area. When as much as you're doing something to change society, yes, you are our target. And if you'd like to feature on this podcast, please kindly reach out to us. You can check our website at coappt.org, coappt.com rather, or you can send us a message at 0706 153 1816. 0706 153 1816, or you can send us a mail at contact@coappt.com. Contact@coappt.com. Coappt is spelled COAPPT. Yes, and by the way, I think it's better for me to let you know that Coappt, we are teaming up with South Africa Initiative for Development, where we'll be conducting, an artificial intelligence revolution project for young people in starting with Lagos State. And currently we'll be doing this with students. Currently we'll be running this with students from 6 higher institutions in Lagos State: University of Lagos, Lagos State University, Federal College of Education, Akoka, St. Augustine College of Education. We'll also be connecting with Lagos State University of Science and Technology, Lagos State University of Education, and I think I missed one. But these schools, we already have partnership with them, and we'll be going from one school to the other, telling them about artificial intelligence, while we'll also be hosting a 3-day boot camp where we'll be having comprehensive, in-depth training on artificial intelligence. And you know what? All this comes at no cost. This is, how we are also trying to give back to society. It's totally free of charge. We'll be having several engagements, and interestingly, we have over 700 students, as I speak to you right now, who had registered for this, ready to partake in this. And we have a community already on WhatsApp where we have over 500 of them who are members in this community, where they'll be connecting with experts, connecting with AI professionals and the rest of that. And we'll be having several other engagements, hackathons, competitions, dialogues as time goes on. Don't worry, watch out for this. You can check our social media platform at Coappt for more details on how you can be part of this. Yes, and please do not forget, for your tech-focused needs, please, this is what we do. We work with social impact organizations, professionals, connecting them with resources, with network, with whatever they need as far as tech is concerned, and that can help them to be able to perform optimally. So whatever it is that you, as a development professional, as an organization or private entity, whose work is towards societal development, please reach out to us at Coappt, and we are your go-to guy. We are good in tech, like I would like to say. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, much appreciation to my partner who is behind the camera, making sure that things are working fine. That is the person of Samuel Odusoya. Yes, he's right here with me, making sure that he's pressing the right button. When the volume is high, he needs to make it low. We used to be on the screen and all that, doing the magic behind. I'm just doing the talking. He's doing the magic behind. So much appreciation to Samuel. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am G.O. Lawal. It's been a wonderful pleasure, a wonderful time with you all today. See you next week, same time at Coappt Impact Corner. Thank you and God bless you. Peace out.